remain anonymous as well. You don't have to be on camera. So I do want to remind people that this show is just based off life.
As Trenton as a whole, we moving in the right direction. You know what I mean? Like we're moving in the right direction.
What's the plans for like opening and going about stuff like that?
Man,
or that's on the hush?
Nah, it's not on the hush. Like, opening, the actual date, we don't quite have it yet just because it's still going through the licensing process. It's hard to determine, when we're actually going to get it. I know that they kind of say that it's supposed to be around 90 days from when you submit the conversion application to approval. So I submit mine December 1st.
Okay.
And I'm anticipating that I'm hoping that I'll get the approval in the April meeting, like the April 13th meeting next month. I'm going through the investigation process right now. As a matter of fact, I had my meeting with the investigator today. So,
they got to investigate.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Your past,
absolutely, and not just past background, but everything we put in the application, from our financial documents to the management, the business plan, all of that stuff. It's the most highly regulated industry, most highly regulated thing you could probably do in this country, in the world. I mean, cannabis is federally illegal.
Yeah.
So you go.
It's still illegal on the federal.
No, it's federally illegal.
Okay.
So certain states have legalized cannabis. Some of them for recreational or adult use, and then other states just for medical. But federally, from a federal standpoint, it's still federally illegal.
Oh, see, I thought it was legal on the federal level. I thought so they didn't pass that, or they're trying to still pass that.
Yeah, so a number of different bills. Like a number of bills like have like come out, but none of them have passed. We've had some actually like pass in the House, but not pass through the House.
That's what I saw. Oh, okay, so they just moved on to the next one.
Yep. Oh. And then last year, the Senate, on the Senate side, Senator Booker, Senator Schumer, and Senator Wyden, they introduced a Senate cannabis bill, but it never really like went anywhere. So we're waiting for federal legalization. There's the full legalization bills. There's a banking bill that has come out, but none of those federal like legalization.
So y'all can't put the money in the bank, right? Because it's not. Like how that situation work?
So thankfully we have, we have a bank account.
Okay.
So we were able to secure that, but a lot of cannabis businesses don't. And there's most like normal banks like Bank of America, SunTrust, PNC, like none of that stuff. They don't bank cannabis.
Cannabis, yeah.
So
So certain banks are doing it.
Yeah, special banks like not banks that don't have federal charter. Like they're all like independent banks, credit unions, like smaller banks. Some like the bank that we have, they specifically like they just do cannabis. Like,
strictly cannabis. I know they loving their life. Like,
yeah, I mean, and they charge these banks charge more fees.
I was gonna say because I know the tax on this is crazy. Like,
oh yeah,
the tax like.
Well, the municipality, whatever town you're in, gets 2% of the tax revenue from from the cannabis sales. So it's definitely good that we get to see our dollars go back to the community, all of that type of stuff. And then the sales tax, like it goes back to, I know it's going to, some of it goes back to trying to restore the community, like some the state, like all of that stuff.
Yeah. So. What y'all most excited about with this though? Like what's like the one thing y'all like, man?
The money.
Yeah, man. Hey, and I'm not gonna lie, man. Like selling weed legally, like you know what I'm saying? Like it's an amazing thing, right? You feel like it's like the American dream for real.
I know,
man.
for real.
It doesn't hurt that like I said the money, right? Like when we hear about what what type of money's being made, but like I said, really giving back to the community, right? Like we get to be like, you know what I'm saying? We could be like Bruce Wayne out here if we want to. Shit, we could be Batman. You know what I'm saying? So. That's that. I mean, that really is that really is a beautiful thing. to have the opportunity to, like I said, everybody's looking at us in a positive way, right? Like we looking at the Trentonian today, right?
Yeah. Shout out to that. Yeah, congratulations on that.
Right,
yeah,
like front page of the Trentonian, man. Like different stuff like that. When it was,
and we ain't kill nobody, and ain't nobody get hurt.
Yeah.
The Trentonian black man. Anytime you
front
gonna
page.
see something crazy,
Page.
right? Like that might have been that should be a world record, some black men on the Trentonian,
for real, yeah.
like no crime. It wasn't no crime.
Now we gonna have somebody look that up.
There's ever been, especially two black men on the cover of the Trentonian from Trenton, no crime,
no negativity.
Right. So
that's dope.
That's like I said, that's really the dream. I said that's a dream come true, man.
Mm-hmm.
It really
what was that feeling like though when y'all got the call, do the whole article, get on the and do the paper? Did y'all know it was gonna be like the physical copy?
Yeah,
He told us,
he told
but
us it was coming out.
But when we actually saw it in the store,
man.
It for me, it felt like, because at first we weren't getting no local press, like you know what I mean. We were getting press from like
national stories and stuff,
like High Times magazine, you know what I mean, like for the smokers and stuff like that. That was big for me because you know what I mean. I'm from that like, man, damn, like we used to always look at High Times magazine and see that pretty ass weed and shit. You know what I mean? So when I seen that article, I was like, oh man, that's dope right there. I thought it was over after that. We done made it.
Still it.
So just doing local press, you got your auntie that she don't know what's going on. I see you in the paper.
I was about to say, I know y'all gonna get that for a couple more days, couple weeks, couple months.
My phone going crazy.
Right. He's like, I can't lie.
Right, just buying food in the smokehouse. It's like, you look familiar. I see you. Like it's crazy because like he said, not only been on a local paper, but it's like, man, CNBC was in the spot. Recording, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's fire, like, man, it's like I done been on CNBC like last year.
I did see that. I
did the BET Awards, bro. Word. Like I'm literally speaking at the BET Awards, but like sitting in the room next to everybody I grew up watching. Like this cannabis thing is taking me some crazy places, man. So it just continue to be surprised, man.
Yo, our last week has been really crazy.
Like
we was out eating with JoJo Simmons this weekend.
It's like flex.
Yeah, we had the third floor with JoJo Simmons this weekend.
It's like
the whole floor.
Yeah.
That's bro, man. But like, man, like even that, like we're shooting a reality show, man. JoJo and his team 3 is 4. They're helping to shoot the reality show. So y'all gonna see the pilot of that coming out soon. Like we got all types of crazy moves, man. Like, and that's the thing. Like there's so many things in this industry. The way we're moving and that we're doing, it's like groundbreaking, right? Like you never really seen
it before.
Nothing like this, right? Like so it's like we get to really be an example of, like I said, what it could be. Because I know we're not gonna be the only ones. We're not gonna be the last ones. But man, it's like my whole life I've been wanting to turn up like Puffin 96. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
I've been
moving them shoulders.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
what I'm saying?
I know he do.
I'm like, yo, Todd, we just got to get the money, man.
Been wanting to be whole.
Gotta get the money.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, they gonna know I'm here. You know what I mean? And he carries himself like that everywhere we go. Like when we go somewhere, Todd, like, you should be happy to meet me. It doesn't matter who you are. It don't matter how big you think you are. You should be happy. And when we go in the rooms, Todd, he'll go into the front of the room. Like he demands that. You know what I mean? I respect that.
Yeah, you got to command it when you walk in the room. Let them know. What's going on.
He make us sit. We go to the CRC meetings. He make us sit in the front. Like that's
ain't no back in the class.
I want to notice this, man.
Yeah, they right there.
But that's how you get yourself out there, because they notice you taking that initiative to make yourself known.
Absolutely, man. But like I said, I posted my video the other day. I tagged him in it. I want him to see me. I'm not hiding. I want him to know what's going on.
It's nothing too hot.
It's nothing
like
too hot.
y'all doing something that's not only groundbreaking, but it's like it's inspiring to other people. Because like you said, other people like, oh damn, I can get into that.
Absolutely.
Word up. Word up.
Like consistency.
Especially people that know me, because I'm like, you know what I mean? Like I've been outside, you know what I'm saying? So like, especially the young boys, you know what I'm saying? They look at me and say,
so when they see you now,
they be like, word, Pac, yo, I see you, Pac. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, Pac. I'm like, yeah. We gonna all run through the door when I open the door. Y'all ready? Like, that's how I feel. Like, when I open the door, like, everybody come. Like, whatever you got going on, let's you know what I mean, go for it, you know what I mean, and motivate you to, you know what I mean, come through that door too.
Yeah, and I think about it from a lot of angles too, right? Like, of course, like people think about it. I think we get to be an example of like young black men, like actually getting in here doing it. But I think about it, like I was thinking about it today, I get to be an example for people from a lot of different things too, just because even like where I started out in the industry, right, like starting off at the bottom as a bud tender, like people seeing like you could work up that ladder to go from like employee to like owning it, right, getting that experience like that. I think that's an important lesson that people, you know, that people can get too, right, like really seeing that grind in action. So, you know, we just want to continue to motivate, you know, continue to motivate everybody, and you know it's real out here.
It's